Sorry about that. Hi you guys, this is Ride the Wind. Get this stuff straight here. It's the 18th of June. And I know a lot of you have questions on how we got into the situation that we're in right now. So what I wanted to do is a real brief cursory overview of what I've covered over the past year. You can also go back to my videos because I'm not going to citate data again, okay? Because I'd have to go back through my old videos and notes to pull out the PhDs, the quantum physicists, the astrophysicists, the particle physicists that brought me to my conclusions and confirmed what I know. Those citations are when, just to let you know, are within all my videos in the very beginning. Got to the point I'm tired of it. Nobody else does it, and I feel like I've reached a level I don't need to citate my data. I've been doing this for 7 years, and I've worked with enough professionals so I know what I'm talking about. Okay, so what we're going to start with, but again, if you need citation on what I'm about to talk about, go through my videos. It's there. You can reference it. You can look it up yourself, and you'll know that I am backed, and I know how to citate my data with empirical evidence, which would be PhDs again. People of authority who have decades and decades of experience at what they're doing, okay? The first series you really need to look at is Einstein's guys, okay? And what I'm going to explain here, first of all, let's start with our system, our solar system. Our solar system, these planets, these asteroids are not coming to us. We're going to them. It's called Orion's Belt. It's in the West. It's mentioned throughout the Bible. It's mentioned in Hopi prophecy, and I have to be quick on this, so pay attention because YouTube will start warbling my video. It is too long, okay? Now, our system, our solar system, began, I don't know how many years, whipping through the universe toward Orion's Belt. And if you think that the picture of the solar system with the planets surrounding it is right, that would be wrong. It's not even the way our solar system is set up, but let's leave that alone for now, okay? So our solar system, however it's set up, has been traveling into Orion's Belt. 7 years ago, I started catching little balls around the sun, which everybody told me were lens flares, told me I was crazy. I lost everybody I know. So I know where you're at. I know where your friends are at. I know where your family's at. And even though they made an announcement, 6/19, 2018, CNN, Fox, and NASA admitted the existence of exoplanets, which they have now cataloged 4,200. Not one person has called me and probably not called you and said, gee, I'm sorry. I was wrong. You were right. What that is straight up ego. Same with politics. You picked a weirdo for a politician, and I think we've all done that, right? But can you admit, when you find out that that person's a weirdo, or the actual antichrist in some cases, right? Can you admit you're wrong? No, you can't. Because your ego, your narcissistic inward-bound behavior limits you from doing that. You can't say you're wrong. Another problem of society. So I wait for my phone to ring. I've been waiting, I don't know, it's a year now, because it got announced last year, right? I think they're up to cataloging 5,000, and they just announced 139 that are within our solar system. But we're still treated like fools, ain't we? Right? Are you getting any calls? I'm waiting for my phone to ring, and then I can hit the button, like Iron Man says, because I like to watch it flash while they sit on hold. Okay? So let's get by that. Though they persecute us, though they deny us, forgive them. Doesn't mean you have to keep having contact with them, but within yourself, forgive them. They're the ones that are going to have the main issue coming up, and that's why he said exactly, let the dead bury the dead. If these people are walking around dead, asleep, see ya. And I think that's exactly what he meant. Let the dead bury the dead. Okay? So have solace in that and know you have vision and know that you are chosen. Because a lot of people, no matter how screwed up this sky looks, don't even look up. Okay, so our system, let's get back to that, travel into Orion, as biblically stated, as Nostradamus stated, and as also Hopi prophecy has stated. Okay, so picture our solar system flying into Orion's belt. Okay, now within Orion's belt, there's God knows what. You've got your NIBIRU people out there, and I'm going to title this video NIBIRU just so the NIBIRU people can look at this, because NIBIRU, which had me hoodwinked, is BS. There are 4 planets, 3 moons in the NIBIRU system. You have Nemesis, you have NIBIRU itself, you have Arbota, and you have Hellion, and then you have 3 moons. There's a hell of a lot more planets out there than the NIBIRU system. So if any of you are on the NIBIRU bandwagon, again, I'm going to say as I said yesterday, you're on the wrong channel, because this is not NIBIRU. NIBIRU was made up by Kathy Leader, the lady who thinks she talks to the Zetas, and pushed by Stitchin in World Collisions, the book. It's a manufactured reality. This is not NIBIRU. And in no way, shape, or form did it come to us. Is it a former Anunnaki planet? No. The only thing the Sumerian petroglyphs state is they stated it's a planet of crossing. They never stated it was Nibiru, etc. Okay, all made up, manufactured. So know that. Get that out of your head. Stop following these people who say, do you got Jesus? I don't need anybody to ask me if I got Jesus. And I think it's pretty ego-based also that you think you're safe because you got Jesus, and you got to tell me that I got to get Jesus to be safe. I could spend a half a year teaching you things you don't even know about him. You don't even say his name right. It's called Esu. The Hebrews put in the put in the J and the S. They put in the vowel markings. Remove the vowel markings, you got Esu. Put Esu into Google Translate, it will say am. They changed the algorithm. It used to say I am. Okay, so there we go. So we're headed into this system. We've already passed many planets. We're going into different planets. Right outside our solar system is something so big that it's warping our solar system. It's tilting our solar system, and it's warping the Milky Way, and it's red, and it's heat. That would be ISON. Now, I've talked about ISON. Within this, there are many. Okay, ISON is 4.5 million years old, and it's been traveling around the universe. And it's a piece, it's 3 balls. I told you, and I don't want to go through explaining what those are again. I told you, blah, 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 blah. And I'm going to get into something really creepy at the end, watching It 2 last night, right? Okay, it's 3 asteroids connected together. You combine these things together, they are 10 times the size of the Earth. It has been cruising the universe for 4.5 million years. Usually it crosses over to the right of our planet, and we miss the debris field. This time it's cutting to the left. So when we go through magnetic reversal, the tilt, and the Earth stops turning, one side of the Earth is going to get pelted hard. Okay? Because the debris field that it has pulled over 4.5 million years is trillions of miles long. We will suffer asteroid, almost like rainstorms, weekly for decades to come after this is over. Okay? I look at ISON as I-S-O-N, ISON. He said he gonna return to sift the wheat, and I think at this point he really needs to. And we need to look at that in a positive fashion. Okay? Here's the weird thing. ISON is surrounded in a cloud. Did he not say he was coming on a cloud? Let me tell you something also weird. That cloud that surrounds stars is called glycoaldehyde. It exists within our DNA, but it does not exist on this planet. Now, biblically, let's speak real quick. Let us, who the hell's us, right? In the Bible, let us create him in your image with the shine of the stars, glycoaldehyde, and the sun. That's Anunnaki. Who's us? Who's us? The Bible don't say that. So God did not want it to happen. Abba, whoever you want to call, the spirit above, did not want this to happen, but allowed it to happen. And we were turned over to the deception. I don't want to make this a Bible thing. But anyway, we were turned over to the deception to figure it out. There were two guys sent before Asu. Okay? Until he heard his father, his bosses, whatever you want to call it, call. And accepted it. He came here and he was not crucified. I don't care what you say, what you do. The Vatican's sitting on a new Bible that's like thousands of years old that states the exact same thing that I've been stating for years. If you haven't looked that up, you don't know what's going on, you're wrong. He ascended. Judas took the bullet. Okay? Now he came here and he spoke of cornerstones and he spoke of capstones. If you look up cornerstone obviously is a square, right? What is a molecule? It's square. What is the capstone? The capstone would be the fifth element, Anunnaki. Anunnaki. Read your Sumerian petroglyphs. Know your Hebrew. Know your cuneiform. Before you debate me on this, know your Aramaic, because I've studied them all. Judas took the bullet. He ascended. He prophesied Muhammad. Now, when he got here, the only thing he did is pick up a cross and say, follow me. But what is brilliant and what is amazing is this man was speaking of molecular structure. He was saying, trying to teach us that fifth element of the pollen, the Anunnaki, if you want to define them as that, can be overcome. Okay? It can be overcome. Well, how'd that work out? The simple message of just help each other and love each other. That's all he said. That's all we had to do. And we blew it. Simply. Okay? So there's your biblical Sumerian petroglyph actual story. And let me tell you, the original Sumerian petroglyphs, the most advanced civilization in history, if you read their petroglyphs, they write about Eden. They write about God. I could get deeper in this. This will be another video. But they spelled Eden, E-D-I-N. In any religious book that's out there, the Quran, the Bible, whatever you want to talk about, there are Sumerian markings. The Catholic Bible even has it. Now this system, ISON, or let's say ISON, and the other asteroids that are accompanying it, pretty much are coming out of Orion's belt. So we're flying into Orion's belt still. When we're going to stop, I don't know, but in the meantime, we got these planets passing by. Now, ISON, NASA tried to hide, okay? They smudged it into one pick, one asteroid. I found a guy, which is no longer available on Google, who put a filter on it and showed there's 3 asteroids, one in the top, 2 on each side, which creates a triangle, which is a tetragrammaton, which represents the face of God. No, that's a tetrahedron, excuse me. The tetragrammaton, tetrahedron is the face of God, geometric pattern of the tree of life, and also the geometric pattern of fusion. The tetragrammaton, again a triangle. 72 triangles represents the face of Asu. The tetrahedron is 72 triangles but has 2 sides, equates into 144, which is what all these crop circles equate into, geometrically. So it is a universal frequency. It is a universal geometric code. On the top of Saturn, that thing that's forming, that's 144. Okay, so moving forward, the skies, if you go through my posts, go through my old videos, where am I at? Gosh darn. They're using quantum pixelation. A lot of channels out there, mostly NIBIRU, said there were lenses hanging in the sky to show these. I'm not going to point any fingers because I'm out of that cesspool. I have been for about a year, okay? Lies and guesses, okay? Which will get people killed, okay? All right. So I asked one of them, I remember, what's it hung with? A paper clip and fishing wire? No, these are created by frequency. They're called quantum pixels, and they're connected by quantum dots. If you've ever seen Avengers, and when the ship goes up into the sky and it pixels out, Even the new Spider-Man Homecoming, the ship in the end does it. The plane. That's what they do. Now, the one frequency they have a real hard time, because it is the strongest frequency of all colors, is red. That's why a lot of what I'm putting up, you're seeing red. That's the one frequency they can't block. But the brown is now coming through, the brown dwarfs, etc., the stripe planet, all the other ones. So their system is failing. Their matrix is failing. That system consists of the chemtrails that are sprayed every day, and if you're missing them, come on. The 5G system and the particulates within the chems. They create what would be defined as a flat screen TV. We're looking at a flat screen TV. End of story. I don't want to debate it. Look it up. Know your Einstein. Know what the E equals MC squared means. Okay? I don't mean to be curt. I just want to get this done quickly, because when I do these, they set me off balance all day long, because when you speak these things, they're in my head, but when I speak them into reality, I get weird. Yesterday was really, it's just hard. So I want to go through this quickly. When ISON passes, it's on an ecliptic right now around the Earth. As it draws closer, because I said it's a magnet 10 times the size of Earth, it is a molten ball of iron. That's the fire in the sky that you're seeing in my videos and my posts. Okay? Molten balls of iron. When they get close enough, they're going to grab hold of the Earth's magnetic field. And they're going to flip us. It's going to flip us. That is what's causing South Siberia, or the North Pole, to be in South Siberia right now. I also posted a compass reading this morning on my Facebook page that shows we are not going north-south. The sun is not setting in the north, or setting in the west and rising in the east. It's setting in the northwest, headed north, and it's rising in the southeast, headed south. So our sun will soon be rising in the south and setting in the north. Is that an idea of something that might be going on here, gang? Okay, now when this happens, I'll get further into it, but I'm not going to do the doom and gloom thing here. I'll do another video. Or you can look up the book, which got currently released, written by Donald Chan, about 3 or 4 PhDs, and it's called Adam and Eve. It's on YouTube. They'll freaking read it to you. It's got 245 pages, and it will explain exactly what a magnetic reversal, a cyclic disaster, a pole shift, an MCO, whatever you want to call it, is going to cause when this happens. And be sitting down when you read it. Okay. The asteroids mainly are coming from the debris field that ISON is dragging. The pictures that you see on Facebook, the glowing spots, sparkles in the sky, that's its debris field. As these things get closer, and they're already hitting. I just posted, the whole world is shaking. I just posted a 7.8 in New Zealand and then a 7.0 in Australia. These are the small ones. They started out at 3s and 4s. Now we're up to 7 and 8s, gang. Now people are asking me, what do? We pray. We meditate. We become whole within ourselves, as I stated yesterday. We judge no one. We love each other. And we meditate. Meditation is prayer. And it's the only thing that's going to keep you balanced through this. So I'll try and get a video up later on today. I'll follow Russell Brand. He's too cool. Deepak Chopra. Dandapani. These are gurus to me. They're yogis. And they know. It's transcendental meditation. I use the Om chant, etc. I'd be real careful about grounding yourself currently, because the Schumann resonance, no matter what you may think, is off. So if you go out there and try and ground yourself in the dirt, be careful. Be careful. You can end up sick. Because it's off and it's spiking. I hope that cleared a few of you up. I think the main thing to do, and it's something I haven't done myself also, figure out a power supply, right? I've got one. Bags of beans, red beans, 50-pound bags. 50-pound bags of rice. and as much water as you can get your hands on. Some type of generator and a 12-volt battery so you have power. Okay? Now you can take the alternator off a car that is a generator. Okay? That can be hooked up to some type of rig. I don't care if you got Bobby on the bike all day pedaling. And you run those lines into a 12-volt battery, there's your power. This is something I should have done, but I think I've gotten more hung up in this than preparing myself. And you should have supplies buried in different areas. Don't count on just one supply. Because when this goes down, the world turns into a parking lot. And we've got every clown, excuse me, every person out there that will not wake up are going to be freaking out like cavemen. And they're not, it's going to be a fight or flight situation. And even if you think you're cool now, and I think I'm cool now, when those pop through, I don't know. You know, I've seen them. I'm going to be pretty used to it. But to see the thing massive in the sky come, the Bible says men's hearts will fail. Know this. So imagine rush hour. These things pop through, which they're about to do. These things pop through. In major cities, Dallas, Fort Worth, LA, New York, it will come to a complete standstill. And all I can say from there is remember what people were doing in the Depression, the Great Depression. They'll be doing it on a level 100 times, 1,000 times larger than that. Okay, I don't mean to bum you guys out, but you need to know this. That's why I signed out. That's why I told you I would take you to the end of this road. I would be with you till the end of this road. But it sucks. You know, I'm looking at the world cams. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the world cams and the whole world is dark. Now, the reason the whole world is dark is because these planets are eclipsing our old sun. I've explained it a million times. I was in Russia this morning. I was in Beijing. I was in Japan. I was in Switzerland. I was in Germany, where it is supposed to be bright daylight. It looks like it's nighttime. These are the planets, the massive planets that are eclipsing our old sun. And the only thing that's left to light the earth when they do this is a simulator. The simulator alone does not illuminate the earth as much as our old sun and the simulator included. Now, if you still don't believe me that that's not the sun out there, then you haven't Googled solar simulator yet, and you haven't looked up the Germany launched and we launched in 2017, which I think is a complete lie. It's more like 2010 that they launched these things, and the chemtrails began. Okay, so this is a mission. The underground tunnels, the underground shelters, the underground highways, everything, the FEMA camps, has been in the works for 50 years. The term Corona bit comes from a devious plan that was written in 1963. And that's all I'm going to say on that, because if I do, this video will be totally bluff. But I've got some new information I may do a video on later that's freaking me out. Let me just leave it there. I hope this answered some questions. I'm going to shoot this out through Messenger. I'm also going to shoot this, I'm going to put it on Facebook, and obviously I'm going to post it on YouTube. What I want you guys to do this time, because I put you on Messenger, I got hundreds of comments. I was probably on the phone for 10 hours that day, right? And that's cool. I love talking to you guys. But I want to see your comments, if they will post beneath the video on the YouTube channel, so other people can see me, you asking your questions, and me answering them. So I like you responding to me, and don't stop talking to me. I love you guys around the world. Dionysus. Anyway, Jane, you guys overseas are the sweetest. Same with all of you are. I'm not singling anybody out, but these people, not you guys, but America, society could take big lessons from our overseas brothers and sisters who already see. Okay, I'm going to leave it with that. I don't want to do this, sorry, today. I want to get out of it, listen to some rock and roll, play some music. write some music. I'm going to be renting, my son and I, a condo here pretty quick. We're going to be doing some recording month after next. So I should have some finished product if I can find a vocalist to actually get some good music out to you. I've also got a real soft song I've written on the synthesizer, and I'm going to post that later today. No, you don't have to worry about me blowing your head off. This will be sweet. And I'll do it strictly in strings, okay? But it's something I've been working on, and I'm really proud of it. I've got probably 8 parts to what I've defined as kind of a theme album, which is God Code 2020 Escape to Nowhere. I've got about 8 songs, probably 3 or 4 of them are synth keyboards. I'm getting real good at that. And the other ones are with my RG and my crate. Anyway, thank you guys very much. Again, so we teach more people. Put your questions under comments. I'm getting these out to you just so you all see them, but make sure you throw your comments under there. If they're being blocked, I need to know. I need to know, because I've got way over 70,000 subscribers, and it only shows, I don't know what I'm at right now, 200 something, but when I go into my actual stats, I've got 71,000 subscribers. And each of these videos actually gets about 5,000 views. So isn't that weird? From his bungalow in the Ozarks, and I'm sorry, I'm looking up a YouTube video right now to learn how to brush my hair. I'm gonna leave you with a little humor. Obviously, I haven't found that yet. My hair and makeup crew, the virus is screwing up the whole thing, you know what I mean? And you know, it's just not getting enough attention. What are you gonna do? Anyway, all my love to all of you for your sight, your vision, for being my subs, for listening to me. I'm just an old man on the mountain who knows how to study, okay? Ride the wind. Help each other. Help each other every day. Try and help and do something for somebody else. Forget about yourself. Forget about yourself. That's not what this was about. That's not what this experience was about. If you can't do that, if you can't let go of self and ego and have that chastised from your heart, you're going to repeat this. This was a training camp. We're almost a prison camp. You want to repeat it? Go ahead. You're going to repeat it by not helping people and not waking up. Okay? Or you wake up and you go through the ascension. So a perfect world where perfect love exists and we don't suffer anymore. Okay? Thank you guys. Have a good day. I'm going to the lake.